Okay, everybody. So, hello. This is live recording session for one of the We Are Not Alone series. I've done a few of them so far, about six or seven. And what we're going to record today is Ombra Mai Fu by George Friedrich Handel in a version for violin. My trusty. Right, there he is. And piano. And some people have been asking me, how do I record the We Are Not Alone um, sessions, the remote sessions, sessions with me here at home and other people in their homes in this country and other countries. The latest one we did was the Pachelbel Canon for three violins and cello, and the cellist is in Iceland. The I was here in London. The violin two was in Tokyo, and the violin three in Uruguay. And none of the four people, well, the other three don't know each other. They've never met. They've never worked together. They didn't know about each other at all. So it was fun to do that. So I'll be doing a how I made a packable can recording at some point. But today, what I thought I would do, and I've never done this before. Today, what I thought I'd do is I would actually record my part of the Handel, which will go onto the We Are Not Alone collection, and just stream the process live, so that you can check it out how I did it later or now. If you have any questions, I would love to if I'll peek at the commentaries. I've never done this before, so I don't know how it works. But if you have any comments, that would be great. Let me know, and I'll try to reply without screwing things up, without stopping the broadcast by mistake. Right. So the first thing we need is the the sheet music, the notes. Yeah. So I said this is violin, piano. There are lots of versions out there on IMSLP, on different places. But I know this piece so well, the aria Ombra Mai Fu from Cerce, that I don't need the music. I just know it because I love it. It's a very short piece. It's about 3 minutes. So I know my part all right. The other thing that we need, of course, is the piano part, but not just the piano part, we need the piano recording. So, you know what, I've got a dripping tap here, and this is warts and all broadcast. I'm going to go into my kitchen, turn off the tap here. There we go. Um, I'm showing absolutely everything. This is not glazed over, this is not ideal, this is not for the cameras. This is how I actually do it here at home. Um, where was I? Yeah, the piano part. So I contacted my good friend, amazing pianist Dan Moriyama, who recently joined my band, my electric five-piece band. We did a fantastic show in Leicester a few months ago before the lockdown, and now he's at home with his wife and his kids. And I emailed him. I said, "Look, Dan, I want to do this piece. Um, this is the idea. You record a video of you playing your bit, your part, and then just send it over via WeTransfer or however you want to do it." So I sent him. I found some music online, and I sent it over to him. And he had a few, a couple of questions. So we cleared that, and then he sat at the piano, and he sent me this. I've got his recording right here. This is Dan, take one. Oh, hang on a second. I need to turn my screen around. Okay. Okay, so Dan's video. I've got here what Dan sent me. We're going to look at take one, Dan, because Dan sent me this. Double click on that, and it doesn't open because it has a wrong codec, so I couldn't see it. I could hear it, but I couldn't see it. I think it's to do with you know, iPhones, and I've got a Mac, so things are not communicating. But that's okay, because you've got another program that you can use if this happens to you. Open with the VLC media player. VLC is an open source. It's a completely free program, so you can just download it, and it opens a lot of different formats. It's great for working with playback video. And that's Dan sitting at his piano, at his baby grand. And that's Dan's file. Okay. Okay. But then after he sent it over to me, we had a listen, and there were two issues with it. One issue was that you could hear a distortion on the file, on the piano sound coming into. He recorded it on his phone, and we didn't know why. So, and the other problem was that the version that I'd found him wasn't a very good version. So I found him a different version and sent it over to him. And meanwhile, we thought about how he could record his bit. And so he decided, he's got an electric piano at home, which sounds beautiful. So what he did was he recorded the new music on the electric piano, but just himself. I don't know if he did it. I think he recorded on a video. Yeah. So we got the sound from that. But then we wanted the image of him on the baby grand because it looks nicer. So that meant that he had to go back and do this take of him. Oh gosh, I forgot the codec thing again. So this is Dan doing his second recording. There he is. So what Dan is doing here, let me just pause it for a second. What Dan is doing here, he's got his phone there, and on the phone he's got his recording of the electric piano, which is the one that sounds good without distortion. I mean, the piano, his natural piano, his baby grand sounds fine anyway, but it was just going into his recording on the phone that that wasn't working. So he's obviously got two phones, or he borrowed his wife's or something. You know, he's got that one to play himself back, and then one to record. And he's going to press play, and then record himself. This is just for the visual side of things. So then we've got a video recording of him sitting at the good piano, at the baby grand. If you can hear it closely, there's a double piano sounding. Okay, so that worked, and I've got Dan's piano file right there for me with a double click, and this is Dan's recording. It's beautiful sound. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got to record my bit, and I've cleared this space. This is where I normally record. Those of you who've seen my recordings before are familiar with the two paintings. Those are two very important paintings for me. And it's just a nice space. This is my living room. I'll show you what it's not a completely mess, but it's just a normal person's house. There's my gear, some equipment, some, you know, schedule stuff. But this is my performance space, basically my lockdown performance space. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a music stand. I have to bring a music stand into this room. No, I don't need a music stand. What am I talking about? I'm going to, I need to listen back to Dan's recording from the laptop, because I'm going to be standing over there. The laptop is too far away to come and press play, so I'm going to move a chair over here. I'm going to set up a chair there, or rather I'm going to set it up on this side, I think. So that's the chair where I'm going to have the laptop sat on, and then I'm going to have this cable. This is an extension cable to plug in the headphones. right? So this is going to be plugged into the extension because this cable is too short. The extension is going to run here behind the sofa into the laptop, which is going to be here. Just give me a moment to set that up, okay? Let me see. Put this here, and you can see the process while I do it. Okay. So I unplug the speaker. I'll show you Dan's speaker. There we go. Move the laptop over. I could just use the battery for this. But I just, when you're recording, it can be stressful. There's a lot of elements going on that you have to take care of. Audio, visual, recording, technical stuff. And I just prefer to have fewer things to think about. So if I know I'm plugged in, I don't have to think about the battery. It's one less thing to worry about. So all my years of electric group and the band playing have taught me how to run cables without them getting into interfering with different things. So okay, that's the laptop plugged in. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. That's the laptop plugged in on the chair. Now, I'm just going to set this up on a little stand. Set the phone up on a little stand. Here we are. There we go. And if I angle it a bit, you can see more. There we are. Whoops. Okay. So now I've got to prepare. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press play on the laptop, and then I'm going to it comes out the headphone jack, and then I'm going to have the headphone in my ear as hidden as I can. Not that it particularly matters, but I also like it to be very comfortable. So here we go. Now I'm just you have to sort out a few problems, like you'd never think that the weight of this could be an issue. So what we do when we record professionally is we put the click track or whatever we need in one ear, and then the other ear is free so that you can hear your instrument live in the room. So I'm going to do exactly that, but because I've got like a standard thing, I'm going to put this in one ear, and this cable is not going to go down my front because it interferes with the bowing. This cable is going to go around the back like this, and this I'm going to tuck inside my shirt like that. But then when you're playing, this pulls on the thing and it takes it out. So what I do is I've stolen a hair clip, one of my daughter's hair clips. There you go. And actually I need to tie my hair for this. Give me a second. There we go. Hair's out of the way. Put the earpiece in from the back. Put the other one in around the back, inside the shirt. And this one, I clip it to the shirt so that it doesn't pull. Like that. Okay? I think I should wear a black shirt for this one actually. It's a pretty sober piece, so I'm going to just change it to a black shirt and do that onto the black shirt. Just give me a moment. Doesn't matter what I'm wearing from the waist down because it's just a top shot. There we go. There we go. Excellent. So now I'm going to put the headphone in. Around the back. I'm going to hold it. This goes around the back of my shirt in that. And I'm going to clip this bit to the shirt. Hopefully it'll all hold together. It doesn't pull and it won't come out of my ear. It won't fall down halfway through the recording. Now I can untie this, and there we go. Okay, so now I need to make the cable longer. This is the end. It just reaches to here, like this. There's no way I can plug that into the laptop. So I got this very cheap extension. Again, this has to go. If I just plug this into this and let it go, it will also put a lot of weight and a lot of pull. So I just wind it down, wind it around, like so. Good, and that stays in place. Then I've got all this cable to plug into the laptop right there. This means that when I record, you're not going to be able to hear the piano, but I will in here. Okay, so you're just going to be able to hear the violin, but I'm going to be hearing my violin playing, of course, and the piano that's coming from here. I'm just going to press play to test the volume. It's a bit loud in the ear here. Okay, fine. I think I can deal with that. Now, we need to arrange the shot. So what kind of shot we're going to get. So I'm going to pull the table over here, because I think the shot needs to be a little bit closer. Don't know, I'm undecided whether to use the table that the phone is on, or another chair and get a shot kind of from lower. Actually, I can use a chair. Hang on a second. I can use a chair and set it up differently. Okay. So what I've got to set up the shot, you can just use a pile of books or whatever. But I've got this thing. So this clips anywhere, and the phone clips in here like that. The phone goes like that in there. So I'm going to be using that very phone. It looks like it's amazing. It's not. It's okay, this thing. But it'll do for what we're doing here now. Okay, so it'll probably be around there, something like that. I'm going to bring the phone in now. I'm going to set up the shot as is. So if you have questions, thanks for the thumbs up. If you have any questions about what I'm doing or how I'm doing or anything I haven't thought to talk about or to explain, let me know. The bad thing about this thing is that, the good thing is that it's flexible, this little pipe thing, but the bad thing is that it's flexible. So if you touch it, like if you change the position, like I will there, so like this, then it takes a while to settle. It's a bit of a pain, Okay. So I want to get rid of the light switches, and I want to get that's a bit sloppy at the top of the frame. So I'm going to move the whole thing up. See if this is better. Like that. That's better. Okay. That could work. Let's see if I get the violin up and see where we are in the frame. Okay, so that doesn't work because you can't see anything I'm doing with my left hand here, so I would have to go over this side more. But it's also too high because you can't see what I'm doing with my bowing arm. I'm 2-1, I'm at it. So I want to fix this shot. Another thing I want to do is to try and include this prop. I've got a book here. I don't really need this, but the piece I'm going to record is Ombra Mai Fu, which is it's an aria from an opera, and I know I'm playing, so we're not using any lyrics. But the reason I make this video, not the reason, but I make this video thinking that the people who are going to watch it hopefully will enjoy it and will know more or less about music. Some people will listen to it and think, oh, it's a lovely piece of music. Like, share, subscribe, please, all that. But some people will listen to it going, oh, I know this aria and I know that it's about this warrior who is it's the first scene in this particular opera, and he's in his garden, enjoying his garden, taking a break from all the fighting and all the the world out there. So he's actually singing about how beautiful his garden is. So I thought it might be nice if I could include um, somehow include the garden theme or the outdoors theme in there somewhere. Um, and I think musically, or from a theatre point of view, I can, because there's a slow introduction by the piano, and then there's an outro. So I think in the outro maybe I can put the violin on one side and grab the book, but I can't do that here, like this with this shot. So let's reset the shot then. Let's bring the whole thing down. Let's see that. See if that works. Okay, so I play like this. And while I practice, until I record, while I'm just trying things out, I'm going to take out the headphone jack and I'm going to re-plug the speaker in. Because if I need to, well, I'm going to practice a bit with the piano just to get the tuning and the timings and all that kind of thing. So I'll plug it, just give me a second while I grab the speaker again. It's better on the computer speaker. Here we are. And that way you can hear everything of what I'm doing. So let's see. Okay, so I need to turn up. Okay, hopefully you can hear the speaker playing there. This is Dan on his piano. I'll take this out of my ear so I hear better. Right now I'm not rehearsing the music, I'm checking the shot. It's good, but it's a bit too close because I won't be able to fit in that prop. I don't have to fit in the prop, but I would like to fit in the prop. So if I get a bit of the sofa in and not the electric stuff, if I get a little bit of the sofa in, I've got a chance. Maybe if I move a little bit to the right. Okay, so playing wise that's going to work. Okay, so for the end of the thing, when I finish playing, do like that, and maybe put the violin there, and maybe grab the book from here. It can be there, that's a good place. I hope people can see that. Maybe it's a bit too far. I can bring this shot in a little bit closer. I like leaving Dan playing the handle. It's very soothing. Okay, so now the pictures aren't full, but I'm going to prioritize this over that. This is a nice book, actually. It's nicer if the violin can be seen in the final shot. So, like that. This is the outro, by the way, right now. Something like that. If I play not too forward in the shot, I can also bring the camera closer. You know what? I think I'm going to lose the paintings because I can't really get them in the shot. So they're going. done. Right, so I'm on the sofa and that's it. That's gonna work. Now, can I play? No. Okay, so I have to remember where I'm sitting and not to move too far back or too far forward. Okay, so the violin's going to go there at the end. Can go there. Go there. And the shot's going to end like this. Yeah, that works. Something like that. Good. Okay, now we've got the shot ready. We've got the audio side of things ready. Now we need to get the violin ready because we're almost ready to actually record. So I'm going to do two things. One is we're going to tune the violin. Two is we're going to, I'm going to, I don't know why I say we. I'm going to play the recording and listen to it, to listen to the different places where I need to stop, where I need to listen more, where I need to wait. And the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my family on the other side of the door if they can keep it down, because I don't know about you, but I can hear them in the next room. Okay, so to tune the violin, it's an A440. My preferred method is grabbing a video on YouTube and put A440 and just letting it go. Here it goes. There you are, that's the A440. The reason I do 440 is because the strings are not too tight and it produces a warmer sound, and I like that. I know a lot of people, a lot of countries tune to 442. In the USA, in continental Europe, in different places, you use 442, 444 even, because it's higher, because it's more strident, more. But why on earth would you want music to be like that? I have no idea. I prefer it to be a warmer sound, and with 442, 444, for me it gets really tight, really aggressive. It's very difficult to do a warm sound. Personally, I like a warm sound. I consider it to be more human. So I use A440. I could use a tuning fork, but I prefer just to have the the sine wave on A440 sustained period of time. This is a video that lasts an hour long. So I'm going to tune up the violin now. Okay, now I need to move the fingers a bit because I've been exclusively setting up for half an hour. So I'm going to bring up the dance performance and just play anywhere. This gives me a chance to get used to playing in situ as well. So, I don't know, you probably can hear the piano a bit too low against the violin. That's not a problem. Oh, there we go. I'm not concerned about balance right now because I'm going to fix the balance, or treat the balance rather, when this moves too much. I should block it somehow. When I do the audio, when I do the edit, when I do the video edit. Another point, I'm recording on the phone, as you noticed, but the sound isn't, it's okay, but in every recording you tweak the sound, you master the sound, so I'm going to do that later in the post-production with a fantastic program called Audacity. Very easy to use, it's free, so I'm going to use that for that. We won't get into that on this video, this is strictly about recording. The other thing I need to do is to work out the places where I need to where I need to come in. There is always intros in this kind of stuff. Let me play you the end of the intro here. It's at about 1 minute. Here, this is where I come in. I come in that gap, and the reason why it works is why the performance works. Someone wants to talk to me. God, this is a long email. This is going to be spam. Oh my god. This is spam. Rubbish. Okay, fine. Okay. Right, sorry about that interruption. So we've got the intro here, right? Now the piano plays, and does a little cadence. It goes. Then that's where the voice or the violin comes in, and it comes in on a sustained note. So there's a gap in the accompaniment, and the first time the violin moves after that, the accompaniment is already moving again. So it's easy to come in and easy to know where to move, which is one of the major problems of when you're recording remotely. See what I mean? This is the end of the intro. Come in, sustain, 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 and you move for the first time there. So that's one key place to to align the tracks. So that's going to work fine. And then the other place is more difficult, is near the end when there's here, exactly here. I have to come in with that. This guy's annoying. I have to come in with that chord of the piano. So I have to actually time it. I can't look at him, it's just an audio recording. So I have to listen. I'm going to listen now once or twice to try and get the timing of that gap, because it's entirely up to me to come into that gap. What happens before that is I have a big sustained note, and the piano goes, and then we kind of cut off together, convincingly. But the next one, boom, has to be together. There. For my taste, Dan lands a tiny bit earlier than I would prefer. I'll show you what I mean. I would land there, but Dan lands where he lands, and I have to go with him. So I have to learn where he lands. Yeah. So it's just a tiny bit earlier than what I would do naturally. And also the very final turn, da da dee da 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 da. I would also delay the last one. I would go da da dee da da ba ba. But Dan doesn't do that. Dan kind of keeps going. I suppose because the aria keeps going, the play out keeps going. need to learn that one. Yeah, it's almost in time. One more time. Yeah. And here, stop. From that point onwards, there's no more violin playing. It's just him. So that's when I have to beware of the book situation. So one more tune, and I'm ready to record the first take. Another thing, I record things as much as I can in just one take, because it's just much easier to align later. You know, 2 takes adds hours to your recording, to your post-production. Okay, so I'm getting the track ready from the beginning, and I have to turn off the speaker and disconnect the speaker and reconnect the earpiece. Here we go. Now I'm going to release it, put the earpiece in, check the level so that it's a comfortable level for me to play at. Can barely hear him. Turn it up. Okay, that's good in my ear. So the track is rolling right now. The recording is rolling. Actually, Dan's piano is a little bit higher. I'm going to play a little bit to Dan's piano in my ear. Yeah, that's good. Turn them off. Tune again. Okay. I'm getting a notification. Hope for the best that when I record, this will have gone. If anyone's watching, no, people watching, do you know how to disable those notifications? Because I don't want to receive any notifications like that. I'm happy for you to write, but not for outside people not for spam to come in. I haven't looked into how to disable spam. New things every day. Right, here we go. Well, my plan is to record this now, and then to take this actual footage from the live recording session and use that in the video. So I hope it works. Okay, wish me luck. Here comes the track from the beginning. So I'm going to be quiet for a bit, and this is because the piano will be playing in my ear, and I'm waiting just for my cue. So it's about 1 minute from now. Done. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing that I wasn't happy with was the landing after that little cadence. I was a bit too early. So I'm going to go for another shot. I'm going to go for another recording. And I really hope I get it right, because I would like to just do one or two takes of things. So I'll tune once again. Apart from that, I was happy with everything else. Okay, here we go, one more time. Here's the first, excuse me, first 3 minutes. Yeah, I hope I get this right. The performance I was happy with, so I hope I don't do any worse than that this time around. Here it goes. Okay, so I'm going to do one more, because I was a little bit late on that one. So I'll try and get it just right this time. Done. That worked. I nailed it this time. I did hear an occasional noise here and there, so I'm going to have to listen to all three tracks back to hear. Well, I'm just going to remove whatever noises I hear. By and large, I think they're okay. It's hard it's hard to know exactly which one is best now, having only just played it, because I was focusing on playing it well and aligning, and also how the elements of the shot needed to work. But by and large, it's done. I think I've definitely got one absolutely perfect landing, and if the rest of that track is good enough to use as is, then I will use it like that. If not, if I don't know, I have to listen back to it. But if there is the occasional note or something, I am going to have to extract the audio file from the video file, then put it into an Audacity, maybe extract all three and see if I need to make some slight adjustment to that. I really hope not, because I've been doing all of these completely live, just one take. What you hear is what you hear. Maybe give it a little bit of reverb or something, but that's it. So I don't want to get into that, but I just have to hear if it's good enough for me to accept it, to pass it off to you guys. And that's it, really. Now it's just dismantling all this stuff, and the next stage is going to be firing up another computer program called Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro is the industry standard for video editing. It's fantastic. It is subscription, but they do a trial, a free 30-day trial. So if you want to try it out, if you want to record at home, if you want to do what I'm doing, then you can sign up for the... Don't sign up before you've got footage, because you might think, oh, I'll just do it quickly, I'll do it tomorrow. And it takes a little while to organize, because you need to find the music, you need to find the people need to agree to do it, they need to send you the footage. It can take a few days or weeks. The Pocketable Canon actually took 5 weeks to complete. It's the easiest piece in the world, but it took 5 weeks to complete because Violin 3 got coronavirus himself and had to recover, and then he relapsed and he had to recover, and only then, like 5 weeks after the cellist had sent her track, could we complete it. So I would say, if you want to do it, decide what piece you want to do. Get everybody to record, make sure you've got everything, make sure it can be aligned so everyone listen to either the same recording or the same click track or something. And then when you've got all the files downloaded onto your computer, then sign up for that Adobe Premiere Pro free trial and see what you can do with it. If you like, I'm very happy to help. Just send me a message, and I'm happy to help other people do what I'm doing, because I find it so rewarding and so heartwarming, and I feel connected to everyone else at these really, really weird, horrible times we're living in, health-wise and politically as well, I'd say. So yeah, I'm a helping hand out there if you want to reach out and ask me stuff about how to do things. So the next stage for me with this video is to cut the live stream, end it if there are no questions, and then download this onto the laptop and put it on Premiere Pro, extract the clip with just the handle on it, and export that as a little film, and then put that in the folder where Dan's files are as well. And then I've got that little bag of files. I've got Dan's audio with the piano that you heard today, you've got my visual and audio, you've got Dan's visual. And what I would do in the first place is I will first put Dan's audio file onto Audacity and give it some reverb, make it sound really nice and mellow. Not that it isn't, but you know what I mean. And then do the same with my audio file. So the live stream from YouTube I'll cut down, just get my bit, what I just recorded now, or the 3 bits that I recorded now, put them all into Audacity, make sure my file is okay, and then I'll bring in Dan's file and I'll put it together with that, align them both, make sure they match up. And then I'll have all of that ready to dump into the Premiere Pro, to the video editing program, and add all the maps and the outros and all that kind of stuff. So it will definitely take a few days. It might take a few weeks. Next week is half term. I'm a bit busy. Um, and then we should have that video ready. So if there are no questions, I think I'll finish the recording session right now. I wanted it to fit it into an hour, and it did. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Please hit the notifications bell, because that will tell you when something new has come out, something new like this, or one of the multi-tracking videos, or whatever interests you that's on the channel. Have a look. And thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.